We are going to do the development stuff. This is going to be a very important last 2 weeks for these guys because that's when the cut up and trade is trading in his Kieran Giggity. Tonight in the booth, we have the one and only Keystone Cowboy, the Boomhauer himself. He will be our in-race reporter, as always, my good buddy and broadcast guy, Mr. Woodruff. And we got a new guest up here. Welcome to, how are they calling it? Nocola now, but that's Mr. Coach Matt. He says, hey, I'm going to try my pipes out tonight, watch these development guys. But no, like we were just saying, they're at Watkins Glen. They're in the Cup cars, a lot of horsepower. I know a lot of these guys were practicing today. They're on qualifying right now. It won't take too terribly long. We're going to try to give everybody out there as much airtime as we possibly can because it is a crucial time of the year. When it comes to the All-Star break here in Giggity Racing, it's it. Canuck, it's done. You're over. You cannot get picked up. So the last 2 weeks for these guys are going to be critical. We're going to have quite a few of these guys, captains out there, the captains, scouting out there, trying to find some talent, keep an eye on some people. I know I'm not going to mention a couple of the names of the captains, but I saw them putting some lobbies together, trying to help these guys out. So it's awesome to see these captains trying to help anybody and everybody else that they can. So, but it's exciting. I wish I could have got a hold of Mr. Coke and been like, hey, can I scout? Because everybody knows I love Watkins Glen, but we all know how much I like to be up here in the booth too. So, Coach Matt, what's your opinions on here at Watkins Glen in the Cup car?
Well, I know without a setup it's kind of tough. You gotta get some practice and make sure you find the right preset. I know I tend to struggle a little bit in the S's, the chicane. I tend to lose it there sometimes, but yeah, definitely be able to get around here in a preset. For these development guys, showing that off pretty good.
And we talk about this all the time too. It's not where you finish, but how you finish, Woodruff. How you pass somebody. The courtesy you respect to a leader if you're a lap down. How you get on the pit lane. How you come off a pit lane. How you drive the track. Unfortunately, because of that little glitch there, we might see some tire tracks out there in the in that bus stop up there. But you don't want to hit that. That's not what they're looking for, Woodruff.
No, I mean, you and me, 3 wide earlier with Dr. Robbie Bobby.
Oh, that was intense.
That's how you fucking race. Oh, that's how you race.
Language.
Yeah. We, Dr. Robbie Bobby Woodruff and I did not touch inches apart the chicane or the first turn at Canadian Motorsports Park, and we were all sitting there white knuckling it. But that's how you get it done too. A lot of these guys you probably don't want to take too.
You were white thumbing it, but
Whatever, it all counts. But no, it's again. Everybody thinks they got to go out there, push the issue, and try to win a development race, and that's not the case. These captains
Absolutely
are looking.
not.
They can teach you speed. That is the development motto. We can teach you speed. But it's race courtesy and what you give to everybody else out there. So, how many laps are left in qualifying, Mr. Boomer?
We are on 3 out of 6 right now, so we are coming up on the halfway point. So we are almost done. So.
And in a cup car,
see a few people losing a little bit of control of their vehicles. I, for one, was one of them. I caught that rumble strip right after you come out of that bus stop there, that chicane there. You catch that rumble strip the wrong way, and it'll kick your car for a ride. And so we'll have to see how these guys are going to handle that tonight. What kind of setup they're going to run? Are they going to stay loose? Are they going to try to have a tight car and loosen it up as they go on?
I love a loose car. You got to get it to rotate through those corners, even on a ×3 tire wear. Now, we do run Cup cars in real life at Watkins Glen. These cars do belong there. They don't run at Canadian. They don't run at Road America. They do test there, but they don't run there, and they don't run at Mid-Ohio. So some of those tracks are a lot more difficult. But this track was built back in the 50s for Formula One racing. For a lot of people who don't know, there's an actual second segment that the IndyCar sports cars use and the Formula One used to use called the Boot, but they run the modified course here, which we see, and I love it. But these cars were made to go here. A good lap time, for an average driver should be anywhere around the 110, 111 range, in my opinion. The really good guys on setups and everything, down 105s, 106s possibly, but we'll see how it works. It's not about lap times. They are on 3 times tire wear, so they're going to have to make quite a few pit stops tonight, and you cannot take left sides only. This track will eat your left front up just like every other road course out there. So if you got left front tire wear, you got to definitely go in, get yourself 4 fresh juice and a belly full of fuel. So let's see how strategy pulls out to these two, because the guys captains are looking for that. But it's not where you finish, but how you finish. That's a great way of saying it here, Woodruff.
Oh, absolutely, because
okay, your
one
name's
of our
Woodruff
guys,
now.
You're not Woodruff.
Sorry, go ahead. My apologies. I did not hear that part. I was busily listening to this Ford horsepower.
Go Chicago.
Captains are looking for clean racers. Somebody can hold the line. That's what we're looking for. I mean, somebody that can show up every week. That'd be nice.
Yeah, showing up's really important too, especially when you get into points. They can, but we'll see how it all pans out. There is a new driver in here. I've actually got to meet him when I went up to Charlotte. Keep your eyes out for HMS 89. Really great guy when I went up to Trevor. He's joining in tonight. I know there's a captain out there who's already got an eye out for him. So great to race with him today. First time I raced with him since I talked to him and met him about a month and a half ago. And then we're going to have all of our regular guys out there too. I know a NASCAR Fan 88 out there, or NASCAR 88 FK, excuse me. I know he's been putting in time. He's been asking me to practice, and every time I go to try to practice with him, and I'm always doing this or doing that, so I'm going to keep an eye out for him too. You got Paul Bear out there. Paul Bear did get signed by Little Man Ray there to get her done, I do believe. So, the dirt dog, the dirty dog himself, Tom Horton. Well, our chat will be nice and quiet tonight because he's going to have his he's going to be out there jamming gears, slamming brakes. So let's see how he pans out. But no surprise right here to see NoCo 8th and Coke Knight on the daily right here. So they've been practicing, checking out the weekly. Elvin's out there. Seen it for real. I've raced with him. Not part of Giggity though. But we're going to see this change perhaps throughout the night. But these guys are definitely going to push. Yeah, the all-time here.
What are those leader times, or Mr. Puddin?
The daily is a 105. And the all-time by Hunty Wild sitting at a 103. So like I said, the fast guys are, consistently, those are probably obviously customs here on a preset slider setup that we do into development racing. A great time's a 106, but I would say a 110 to a 110 to a 111 would be a consistently, consistent lap, and then it's going to fade off a little bit as your tires wear off, Coach.
Yeah, for sure. That's another thing with these development guys. I mean, and like you said, it's not about lap times. It's not about where you finish. But I do think strategy will be huge here because there's no cautions, there's no stages to really give you a break. So it's going to be about, hey, can I make this car last the long run? If you try to make it loose, can you hold on to it for a long period of time? And then making sure you're able to get it, in and off pit road, cleanly. And like I said, it's not, hey, what kind of lap time can I get? It's, hey, can I consistently hit, this lap time, over a long run.
Something that's going to be, we're not running any stages, no cautions, so it's a matter on your mentality of how you can recover, keep your cool, and go from there. But the one thing we're going to have to watch with, we'll have to see how many drivers signed up. Boom, Howard will give us that here in just a second. But turn 1 is going to be a real thing. The first 4 drivers, I think, can drive it in hard like normal, but then everybody's going to back that corner up, and try not to, rear end anybody. So the guys on the back, starting the back, are going to have a real disadvantage getting into the 1, and they're going to have a lot of work to get backed up. But again, let's see how they do it cleanly, smoothly, and consistently.
Yeah, that's one of the things I think that a lot of the captains and the admins and everything are also going to be looking at is how does each driver handle turn 1. And not just turn 1, as you was talking about, the check down that comes initial on the restart. Because there's only, 3 tracks that have that initial slowdown coming from a restart. Watkins Glen's one of them. The Roval, as we know, that sharp left-hand, heartburn turn. And probably Mid-Ohio.
Road America.
Yeah,
coming out of turn 2, going down that long back stretch.
That's a long stretch before you get to turn 1, though. But Mid-Ohio, as soon as you cross the start-finish line, it's also got that left-hand turn headed down that long stretch as well. So definitely going to have to see how the guys handle that tonight. But also the chicane. I mean, that's going to be...
the bus stop. Don't take that too wide.
Yes.
It has been done, but these guys don't want to push that issue. We've seen it in the last 2 laps for championships and race wins, but I wouldn't do it tonight here in the development race. And already Tom Horton is in the chat. Aren't you supposed to be driving?
Done with qualifying.
No texting and driving, Dirt Dog.
The Private Patton is sitting on the pole in that 12 car with a 107.8.
Yeah, there we go.
Mr. Noko himself is sitting second with a 108 flat almost. Let's see if I can scroll through this, give you the rundown. Johnny Cash starting third. Fourth is Dak Fu. I hope I'm saying that right. I apologize
Yes, you are.
if I'm not. All right. We've got Cole Trickle starting fifth.
Like the
Justin
name?
Shackett starting sixth. Myself starting seventh.
Is Justin? Is he,
Justin beat you?
wait a minute. Is
Yes, he
Justin?
did.
Is he a free agent or
Sure
is he?
No,
I think
Or is he scouting?
Yeah, it's scouting
Uh,
for us.
Your main man there that you invited into Giggity this afternoon, HMS, starting eighth.
Good for him. He's fast too.
Absolutely.
He was
We got
he was chasing me down.
We got Ford Pro Bomber in ninth, even though he's running a Chevrolet, so that really don't add up.
We're just going to call him Bomber. I can't say that name. We said it last time. I just can't come and say that name. We're going to call him
in
Bomber.
the top 10.
Well, good luck to
Kinda
these guys.
disappointed
How many trucks or cars out there are total? Sorry, Coach.
We have got 23 sitting in the lobby right now.
Woo!
Dang.
Yes,
Get
definitely a
some
lot of people.
tonight.
2 weeks?
Uh,
don't think there's
22.
enough.
One person just backed out,
I don't think there's enough captains that need
and
people in 2 weeks to take everybody.
now we're back up to 23 again. So yeah, this is definitely going to be. And as you was talking about, the first 2 rows maybe have a good chance of getting through turn 1, free and clear, without all the mayhem. But that third, fourth, and fifth row from there back, right where I'm at, I'm literally sitting 4th row outside. So it's definitely going to be. We're definitely going to have to see how this goes.
If y'all make it, we might have to get rid of some of the truck guys and put these
I'm
guys
just-
in
I'm just glad damage is off.
there.
Thank you for whoever decided developmental needed no damage, because I think that's going to be the best case scenario for tonight.
Yeah, this the development series is no guts, no guts, no glory. There's no stages, no cautions,
There is
no
stages.
damage. They just run it. When there's stages tonight?
Yes,
Why was I
developmental
not-
stages.
No, since when?
What? Timer's
For the
going.
last 4 or 5 weeks, yeah, we're down to 15 seconds.
Where the heck have I been?
Oh, that changes
moving.
everything in terms of.
Moving, I think.
Right.
Yeah, we're gonna have what 3 restarts now.
Yep.
So yeah, that's gonna make.
Well,
it
then I
good
apologize to
shit
everybody
there.
out there in YouTube land.
Stack 'em
Yeah, right. There you go, Woodruff.
3
I mean-
times,
And
right?
y'all can go ahead and join. We're in the loading screen.
1 second while I blue
Bam.
screen. Since when did they start running stages, Woodruff?
I don't know. It's all new. I never got stages when I had to try out.
Yeah, I know, right? I'm kicking rocks over with my hands in the pocket like, dang it, Bob.
Yeah, but I don't remember having that luxury either.
I know, right?
If I remember correctly, the last 3 or 4 weeks they've been running stages.
Yeah, well, I'm calling
So,
this
again,
one
I
the
could be misinformed on that. So
I'm calling this one the Go Development at the Glen tonight out there in YouTube land, and everybody subscribe, join, man. We're up well over 400 now.
thank y'all very much for joining along this evening. We appreciate it, and we're getting ready to go green. All right.
Ooh, I love
Giggity.
Love myself a road course, and here we go. No go right there on that inside. Is he going to let private go? Or it's kind of hard to scout when you're leading Noco, just my opinion. But he makes that turn right there. Looks like he goes wide. Everybody trying to get through that corner really clean. Let's try to go back here just
Yeah.
a little bit here.
People, we made it pretty good. Oh, I just caught the 18 a little
Yeah,
bit.
I forgot about that
apologize
too.
for
The S's in the bus stop, like he said, the first lap until they can get spread out, but these guys are all trying to fight real hard. I'm trying to get back to some of that action, and then with 25 cars, please forgive me, I'm not trying to give anybody a seizure, but with 2 weeks left, we want to give anybody and everybody out there as much, except for you, Keystone, I don't need to give you on you. We need to give
Yeah, I don't need
everybody
no
as
screen time.
much screen time. And, I can't let everybody run for a full lap, but we're going to try to get back to the people as much as possible. So please bear
Well,
with us.
There's 45 laps. There's 25 people, so you might better give everybody a full lap.
Yeah, that's
One
true.
lap, maybe.
Yeah, well, you guys are going to have to help me keep that then in track. We'll just start right here then. He's in the mid-pack. He started right there, and this was just a coincidence. But we'll start with HMS, and then we're going to start working our way through. So, Coach and Woodruff, if you guys, chime in, obviously, but help me if I've already bid on somebody.
All right, sure thing. Watching PVT right now.
Private
Patton looks like he's making the move on NoCo coming in.
HMS hits the wall.
lost it.
Yep.
Hit the wall?
I think he just lost it coming out of 1.
Commentator curse.
Yep,
That's
of
real.
course. All right, well, we'll go back here. We're going to ride on board with the Bomber 5. I just can't bring myself to say those first 2 words, buddy. The more I get, the more you get to know me, the more you know I'm a joker. But
And we got a new leader. Private Patton just underneath NoCo coming out of the bus stop.
NoCo.
right on board. Oh, that's an old Maxwell Health. That's a throwback paint scheme right there on that 37 of Bomber. I like that. Like I said, it's not about necessarily leading. It's about keeping an eye on all these guys, and that's what we're going to do best.
Uh-oh. NoCo
But if
back
you can
on
pass NoCo at Watkins Glen, you're doing something right.
Alright.
Well, I smoked him earlier. Smoked him.
Sure you did.
Money Mike, get out of here. Get out of here with that nonsense in the chat. Great to have Money Mike in there, as everybody knows. Oh, wait a minute. That 84 Custom, that's not what you want to do. He kind of pushed that issue a little bit coming through that last corner. He gave the Bomber man himself a little bit of a nudge. All right, we're going to jump on board with Fletch. Oh, that's bad time to jump on board with Fletch. Very bad time to jump on board with Fletch. He lost it coming out of that corner. We'll let him get back up to speed. There's my buddy right there. NASCAR looks like he got in a mishap. We'll come back to him. There it is. He said he was going to run a throwback. The RKM guy out there scouting for the Canucks said he was going to throw a little putting throwback out there. And how did he know it was a Mustang? That's the night I did, that whole piggy thing. I did it in a Mustang because I just couldn't bring myself to drive a Chevy to do that night. But great to see him out there scouting for Canucks. Talked to him a little bit earlier. Had him up in the booth this week, which was an honor. Him and I always go back and forth, and it's cool to see. But there it is. I think my pink was a little bit cooler than yours, buddy.
Well, you don't have to worry about him going back and forth with you tonight, seeing how he's got to focus on racing.
He'll make up for it. You know that.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
All right, we're going to ride on board here with the Racing Empire car. I've raced with him quite a few times in public lobbies. I don't think I've got to talk to him. Very clean, very smooth. He's got a little bit of a push right there from behind, pushed him outside, but that's all right. You can get a good run coming out of turn 1 like that, and it straightens you out for these S turns. We'll take a lap with it here in the 72 Custom. Oh, he's mowing a little bit of grass. Maybe this is not a good idea, Coach, to go overlap with everybody because the commentary curse is pulling out on everybody.
Yep, soon as I switched to Johnny Cash, he was running in the third and got the wall. So, I need to stop switching so much, I guess.
Yeah, I'm just going to put it on NoCo. Good luck, captains, figuring out who you want to pick. No, I'm just kidding, guys. We're just kidding. A lot of fun to be up here in the booth.
Yeah, one thing I will point out, though, is...
Wait a minute, you got the underdog captain and then the underdog himself out there. What the heck's all that about, Keystone?
I'm helping him scout. No, I'm not blocking.
You just wanted to run
nobody.
this track.
No, I'm seriously. I'm helping. We've got a couple open slots on our team. I talked to Taddy earlier. He agreed. That he could use a couple more eyes. So other than just his own and the broadcast, because you can't really see everything from the broadcast. So I figured I'd throw my 2 cents in and help.
Well, that's 1.5 cents if it's you.
Teammate.
I'm going to jump on board here with Paul Bear real quick. Hopefully I don't curse him. The Mall Bear, Paul Bear family. They were talking about, I forget who said it one night in the broadcast. He said if one of them got signed, the other one's sleeping on the couch, and Paul Bear said not the case. Mall Bear got signed by a little man and get her done racing, and he said, I am super proud of her. They just got themselves, they got a wheel not too long ago, a couple months ago, and up there in Canada, they have been working their butts off as the Bear family. So great to see Mall Bear get signed. Paul Bear trying to give it his all. I think they only got one wheel and one PlayStation, but for his birthday, she said, I'm going to get him one. That was the rumor. So let's see if it pulls out for him. But Paul Bear looking real good, real smooth. Everybody knows I love this track. Down to second gear, going up through turn 1. Gonna bang through that gear. Hold third as long as you can through these S's. Barely blurp it right there, and just lay into that old hammer pedal coming up to the top. Right about here, that's where you bang it into fourth. 170, 180 mile an hour plus going into the bus stop. Hard on the brakes, down through the gears as we see him do this.
Take a breath. I just want to talk about Pa and Ma. We put Ma up. Yeah, I'm excited to help her out.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I had a chance to race with her a couple nights ago, and she's definitely made some huge improvements, and she's getting it figured out, and she's a lot of fun to race with for sure.
Yeah, I mean, we're gonna work together. I mean, that's what we do at GRD, work together. So.
That's awesome. And that is one clean lap from the Paul Bear man himself right there here at Watkins Glen. We're going to go to rub on him, see what he can do here in that 88 Custom.
Hopefully you don't rub on him.
Yeah, right? No kidding. Rubbing's not racing, right? Rub on him?
No. Keep it clean, rub on him.
Well, I had a chance to scout for him during the truck race at Iowa for development, and helped him with his pit strategy and everything, and he was able to hold a real clean race, and was able to move his way up. I know we started kind of far back in the pack, but I'm pretty sure he got a top 10 out of it and did a really good job.
Whoa! Cuts a little bit right there, didn't get on the bottoms hard enough to rub on him.
Or maybe he got him a little bit too hard and the wheels locked up. That's one of the things you got to watch out for with road courses.
Yeah, wheel hop is a real thing here in Heat 4 on road courses. It is a real deal. I love the reverb of that too. Just that little, I love that sound of a small block.
I don't think these have small blocks in them, Puddin'.
Yeah, there's small block 355s. But what do I know, huh?
Apparently not a lot.
Yeah, they're small blocks. Anybody out there in YouTube land, Money Mike, I know you got your phone on me. What cubic inch CIA is a small block?
His phone on you? What? That doesn't make no sense.
He's got his phone on him. Money Mike.
You said
cubic inch of a NASCAR. So I can prove Keystone wrong.
Small block.
Well, looks like Noco regained the lead, but they're coming up on lap traffic. We got Noco and Private Patton come up on rub on them.
Yep, that's right there, and that's what. Oh, there's a little bit right there. Private's right there, but that was good driving on his behalf, and he tried to go as low as he could right there through that bus stop to try. I guess we're going to have to do this. We're going to go keep an eye on a lap with the old dirty dog himself, Tom Horton. Give him his exposure too. Just kidding, Dirt Dog. Great to have you out here on the track, man. Great to see you're feeling better.
Kind of disappointed in Cole Trickle to have that name and to not run the 24 City Chevrolet throwback. It's perfect opportunity.
It's kind of weird seeing him at 18 cars, seeing how the 18 car took him out in that movie how many times.
Well, sometimes too, some people don't have the DLCs, and there's two cars. The only two cars I would want from that DLC is the fighter face on the 43 car. I call it the P51, P52 my thing, and then that Cole Trickle car. But so maybe he may not have it, but Dirt Dog looking really good, looking really smooth. Got nobody around him. Hard on the brakes, down to third gear. Clips that just a little bit. He's looking really good tonight too. Captains, if there's anybody out there in YouTube land watching and you want to keep an eye on anybody, please let me know. As I said, I'm going to do the best I can to get...
Somebody caught the wall coming through the chicane.
Rebel?
No, that would be Dak Fu. He literally, I think he made that first right-hander through the chicane a little bit too soon and caught that wall.
Speaking of that Cole Trickle throwback, A. Moore at 9090, he is running that throwback paint scheme of that Cole Trickle City Chevrolet. Good. I love that paint scheme.
That's probably why Cole Trickle's not running it then.
Probably.
Oh yeah. Pick a number that wasn't taken, correct?
Ah.
And remember everybody that the These guys are allowed to run customs, and right
Stage
there
one's
it is.
coming to an end.
Ma Bear says the engine in NASCAR Sprint Cups are 90-degree push rod V8s, just like those that have powered many vehicles on American roads for more than 50 years.
And it looks like that was the
doesn't mean
stage.
it's a small block.
Oh.
Johnson's hood is a custom made. It's a 358 cubic inch, so that makes it a small block. I said
So
355.
you said, yeah, so you're still
Bah.
wrong though. You said 355.
It's still a small block. A small block's a small block's a small block. You owe me a keystone. Thank you, Ma Bear. Thank you for that
351
insight.
Big blocks. There's some 351 big blocks.
Thank you.
Ford made them.
Yeah, I was just going to say that's why nobody's ever heard of them.
Cleveland.
I thought the Cleveland and the Windsor were still small blocks.
No.
Yes, Cleveland is a small block.
Oh, it's the. No.
The
I thought they had a
The
456.
Windsor. The Windsor and the Cleveland's a big block.
I think that, and what makes the difference between the Windsor and the Windsor
Oh, it
and the
don't
Cleveland
matter.
were cylinder heads, I think. But yeah, we'll get back to this action here, guys. All
So
right.
in
well-
stage one, we had Noco in first. We had Private Patton, Cold Trickle, Justin Shackett, Johnny Cash, Dakfu, Keystone, RKM, Fast Claire, and HMS running up the top 10.
All right, since we did give Private his full lap, we'll give him that opportunity right there. He's been talked about a lot. One car gets a penalty. Everybody looks like they try to make it through clean. Now, like I said, that is a cluster.
Dang, who's in the 18?
Yes, it is.
Cold
Paul-
Trickle on the 18.
Paul there got the
Hey,
lucky
you
there.
were
Lucky dog on
loose.
that. Thank you, Paul there.
Oh, him and Johnny
Oh.
Cash making a little bit of contact as we're going forward. I'm hitting the brakes. I'm not doing this.
Like I said, guys, I know
And
that.
somebody just took me out.
Like I said, I know there's
Number
action going on
one.
through the pack. We're trying to give everybody as much screen time. We're going to work through it. Are you guys trying to help keep up with me here?
Trying to.
Yep,
Right.
like I,
There's a lot
I'm
going
on,
on back
right
there.
now. I know, but I'm on
Yes.
private right now. Again, we talked about him. The camera came to him first. He's racing with Noco. If I would have to think, or if I know Noco, which I don't know Noco, but I wouldn't surprise me to see the Private Patton possibly get a Noco pen to paper contract after racing this clean and hard for the first stage. But
Oh,
that's just
he-
me.
Noco loves his
Taddy,
road
I
course
think.
drivers.
I think Taddy said he's got him.
Oh.
It's just what I heard.
Well,
That's
it's not
no
official
little
until it's not official until the pen hits the paper, right, Woodruff? We've seen that a
Right.
lot. That's a full
So I
lap right
told
there
him-
with him.
I said, little man, look at Patton. And he's like, oh, Teddy already said.
Noco makes the pass, but we'll give Johnny Cash his lap here.
He was in a Ford, so.
Oh, an HMS. Around coming on the bus stop.
Oh, and he pulled right out in front of Taddy. And I myself got collected in that.
It's kind of hard to scout from two ends of the
Avoid.
track when you're running with each other. Here's Johnny Cash again. I've raced with him, tried to help him out a while back, and he's looking like he's gotten a little bit better. Looking pretty smooth.
Oh, they all look better.
Dak Fu will give him his lap here.
I feel like they're running out of time, though. What, we got 2 more weeks?
Yeah, 2 weeks, that's it.
Good sign.
But then that doesn't mean that you're out of Giggity. The development series is going to go to a point system after that for the end of the year for the captains to watch too. So just because you don't get signed, everybody, doesn't mean you're out. That doesn't mean quit. That doesn't mean not race anymore. There's going to be development races every Friday night with the point structure after the deadline closes. So please, everybody out there, remember that.
Right, yeah.
Looks like
We're
we
not
might have had
kicking
somebody
anybody out.
either lag out or back out the 84 custom Napa car of Hey Pamusa? I'm not really sure to say that, but it looks like he is lagged out, unfortunately.
Hey, my moose? What?
Yeah, we'll see if we scroll across
Oh,
his name. That's the hardest part up here, Coach Matt. Thanks for being up here, and hopefully we can get you back up here more. But some of these guys' names, I just abbreviate so I don't butcher them even more, like Joey Doucette.
I know you're getting on me for putting a G in your name earlier, so I said I gotta work on that.
What'd you call him? Pudgeon?
I just got a
Pudding.
message right there. There was a message. Private just lost connection.
See?
Oh.
Oh, he sure
What?
did. Man.
That's
Yeah,
rough.
hate
That
to
is
see it,
rough.
the way that he was running up front, man.
Ah.
Captains don't want to see
He
that
was
either.
quick and he was clean, man. He was running really well.
Yeah, I'm assuming Gabe. I'm just going to say Gabe out there because I don't want my last name butchered either. But Gabe said I lagged out sadly, and that's what's up, Eagles. Glad to see you there, buddy. Ma Bear go put, and she says, "What's up, girl? How are you?" That Coach Matt in the booth. Yes, it is Sparklicious, the one and only. Popo just sent a message there too. It looked like he lost connection.
Yeah, Sparks out there in chat might have to throw out a couple of his key terms or his keywords or what do we call it? I forget.
All
Maybe
right.
call it like a slogan or like a catchphrase. I don't know.
Everybody's got one. We'll give Cold Trickle 420 his lap here in that 18 car. At least it's green, you know, no yellow, no. But and it is a Yoder, but it's all right. We'll give him his lap out there too. Like I said, we're trying to give as much publicity as possible. Oh, there he is, the one and only, the man, the myth. Grim Sanity says, "Hey guys, what's up, buddy? Hope everything's going for." Oh, hey, can you take it for a second? I got a distraction here. I gotta go take the laundry out.
At least you ain't got that annoying dryer anymore.
Yeah, thank goodness. Man, that is such a beautiful Dalmatian dog. My dog was spotted too. It's cool to see another dog that looks like my dog.
That's not a dog.
No, right now we're on lap 5 as Knucko's getting ready to complete lap 5, take lap 6. So we got 4 more laps to go in this second stage here.
So they are running stages, so I was definitely misleading everybody. I do apologize. Again, no offense to the one and only Justin. He's already signed. He's out scouting. Keystone, sorry, you get enough airtime. We gave HMS's... Well, he didn't get a full lap in last time. We'll give him a lap.
Oh, and the Puddin' Tribute car around coming out of turn 1.
That's the RKN guy.
Yep, Sparklicious would say somebody's got problems.
Looks like he's drill gaining right there, right back on HMS, though. Oh, one of these days, RKM, I'll have to go to the Puddin' Motorsports Hall of Fame and undust the pink Mustang and come run a lap with you. Man, HMS just destroyed that bus stop in style as RKM goes high. He's on the inside of that 37. He just ate that bus stop. Let it go.
Oh, 24 is around the bus stop. Pop Bear's just kicking butt, it looks like.
Real quick, like I said, we're going to finish our slaps up with them. For everybody else out there, guys, please send all your thoughts and prayers to everybody out there. We're going through a pandemic. We're going through a situation out there. If there's anything you guys can do, donate masks to military, to the hospitals, or something like that. That would definitely be a big help. Anything, but be safe at the same time. Please be safe to all of it. That's the most important thing. But
wash your hands, people.
wash your hands. Whoa, there we go.
Wash your hands.
I'm seeing a lot of dirt in front. I'm going to cold trickle it. I'm going to go flying in.
We're going to jump on board. We're going to jump on board with my buddy NASCAR 88FK. There's a car to his outside. He made an evasive maneuver going into that bus stop. Man, he holds that inside line of the chicane right there real good. Going through the gears. Give him his lap.
By the way, I did hear whoever won this race was going to get a free roll of toilet paper and a bottle of hand sanitizer courtesy of our CEO.
If you're looking for some action there, Puddin', we got Dak Fu in the 4, and we got the 22 Racing Empire, then the 22's not Racing Empire, I'm not sure what the name. I'm trying to cycle through here.
Alright, yeah, I'm trying to... Oh, there, he overshot it, trying to go to the inside right there. No, I'm just trying to give everybody out there a lot of airtime for these captains since we are running out of time,
Looks like Rub on them kind of took turn one a little bit wide, caught them rumble strips, and looks like his car spun in my mirror.
Correct me if I'm wrong, I don't think we've been on Racing Empire for a lap yet, have we?
No, sir, we have not. Go ahead and give him his spotlight.
He's right in the middle of that action, too.
Yep, and here comes that 21 to his inside. See how he combats it. He pulls right up behind that bumper. Just got to breathe that throttle. Breathe that throttle, Empire. Breathe it just a little bit. This is a good passing zone, but difficult. So I'd wait. Oh, yes. Looks like that 21 got on the brakes a little early. Everybody on road courses, that's the best thing to do is follow the person in front of you for a lap. Know their braking points so you don't get them in the rear like that. So I don't think that was intentional. Just different braking points, different styles of driving, and that goes for all of us.
See me, I'm more of a slow roller. I'll get out a little bit sooner.
Yeah, we know you're slow.
Make the corner. I beat you.
One time. Oh.
More than one.
Well, distractions happen now. Distractions happen the last couple of weeks. All right, buddy.
Well, being in a chat party with you, that is a distraction, and I still overcame it. So.
That's the truth. That's the truth.
Love you, buddy.
Love you too, Homer. My Keystone Cowboy. We had some good racing today in our lobby with Coach Matt and HMS and Woodruff.
A lot of giggity guys were in there running.
I mean, we had, and some of those guys that came in not knowing what they just joined a public lobby, not knowing that giggity half of that lobby. They got their eyes open real quick on how fast giggity is.
Yes, they did. They had to bring their A game.
We've been to Dirt Dog. We've been on Rubham. We've been on Amore. Steelers. I've been in races with him, and I think that ends that stage. So, guys, remember, we're going to click the Steelers for the next full lap, but we're going to jump on board with our leaders to see how, and get a rear view to see how everybody takes turn one. But Steelers is the next full lap. I'm just going to write everything down here again.
All right, that is over with. I'll go ahead and give you a rundown right quick. We've got NoCo taking it. We've got Johnny Cash second, Cole Trickle, Justin Shackett, Fast Claire rounding out the top 5. We have got Mad Monster 6, HMS 7th, Dak Fu 8th, Fletch 9th, Racing Empire, and 4 Pro Bomber. No, Racing Empire was 10th, so that rounds out the top 10. Sorry.
Yeah. That's another guy I don't think we mentioned quite a bit. Just as that Fletch D21, I was running with him earlier, and he was doing a really solid job.
We've got Pro Bomber 11th, RKM 12th, NASCAR 88, BTG Rebel, myself, Teddy, Dirt Dog Phoenix, Paul Bear, A Moore. Rounding out the top 20, we got Steelers, Rubham are 1 and 2 laps down, so one of them looks like Steelers will get his lap back here to start this third stage.
And he, like I said, Steelers will be our next car lap down. There's the private. He is on pit lane. So, and look who's the inside of NoCo. Johnny Cash. What has he got for him?
He better bring him strings.
Yeah, yeah. He better pluck that guitar real smooth through turn 1. Oh, a little bit of rubbing, a little back there again. Everybody trying to get through it. I do see a car spun around. No offense, NoCo. You get enough airtime. We're going to switch back through real quick. Steelers is the guy we are looking for real quick here.
Yep. Battle for second between Cole Trickle and Johnny Cash. And looks like Cole Trickle's going to take that one.
I think I just messed up Racing Empire there.
Johnny Cash will take third.
All right, this is going to be a good opportunity for everybody out there to see how Steelers can negotiate himself through traffic as he hits the wall going in there just a little bit. That RKM guy,
Somebody's got a penalty.
That is a 5-second penalty.
Yeah, Justin got hit with a penalty into the grass on the bus stop. That's rough.
And I think Dirt Dog did too. That's not Steelers' fault right there. I wish it would instantaneously ghost him, though. That's not fair to the people who are right behind him. That is not fair.
Definitely not.
I love that sound jamming through the gears. Again, with the new fuel injection, everything being programmed exactly, missing a little bit of a overload, loading that carburetor up, a little bit of that flame pop coming out through the side like we used to see. The new fuel injection and throttle body system they have that thing dialed in. There is no excess fuel burn, which does create a flame pop for everybody who doesn't know. There's your tidbit for the day. Steelers, hold on to her, girl. Hold on to that girl. There you go. Attaboy. Good job. Alright, I don't think we've been on board with ZZ Mad Monster yet, and he is right behind some traffic going into the bus stop. Let's see how he can negotiate it. The 4 car slows him up just a little bit, but threw him off his line. Oh, and both of them do the same thing. Oh, they do the pirouette.
Around that goes the 22.
I was fortunate enough to make my way around that.
Well, is there anybody? Is there anybody else that you're keeping an eye on for Team Underdog, possibly?
There's a few of them. I am not going to give away my
that's
secret
fair. Yeah,
sauce.
I was just going to say, don't give away secrets. Just want to make sure you weren't out there having a good time, making sure you're doing your job.
Yeah, I'm out here having a good time, but I'm also doing my job at the same time. Nobody says you can't multitask, but there is definitely a few names.
I didn't know you could multitask. You just impressed me.
Yeah, I know. See, learn something new every day, Puddin'.
Oh, and around goes Taddy. What
Even at your
there?
age.
Boomhauer, we're going to have a talk off air, buddy.
You say that every week, we never do.
Oh, we talk. just not when everybody. If anybody ever jumps in Boomhauer or parties,
I apologize.
It's a lot of fun. Let's put it like that. All right. Fast Claire, at one point in time, I know he did put some pen to a paper with a team. He's back out here into D-Val. Let's see how he's got going on. We have not been on board with him. Looks like he's got that HMS 89 guy right there in front of him. HMS 89 technically. RKM. Still thinking about you apparently. The other night when he was in the booth, all I could say was RKM. RKM. Now I'm saying that guy. See, if I was fast clear right there, I would have pulled out just a little bit and diamond that corner. That way, and sometimes you can downshift a second depending upon your corner, but you can hold that thing third gear, barely. You don't even have to touch the brakes. Just let out, breathe it, and get back into it. But again, it all depends on how you angle the corner. Take that one a little bit wider there, Fast.
It looks like Noco's pulled away. We got a battle between Cold Trickle and Johnny Cash for second. HMS is sneaking his way up there. I'll take advantage of these guys running each other hard.
Rebel Joker, we haven't been on board with him, and I know he was in a lobby practicing earlier with some people. See him a lot out there on dirt, too. He said, I turn right to go left on dirt, but I can turn right on pavement. Give him his fair lap here. And I'm glad you guys brought that up, 45 laps, 25 cars. I think we're trying to do our best we can to, do you guys agree out there in YouTube land? I'm giving everybody their fair due credit so they can get signed. 21 hits that little blip right there. See it spun around.
It's easy to spin here. If you hit those rumble strips the wrong way,
there's certain rumble strips that'll help rotate your car, and then there's ones that'll just help completely rotate it all the way around. It's just knowing which ones to hit at what angle too.
Yes, the angle, the speed, all that comes into effect. Now, I mean, it's hard to. You can't necessarily concentrate on that while you're running. You're doing the best you can to, make position and get decent lap time so it can, get away out of your mindset, and then it just come out of nowhere like, oh, wait a minute, what in the world?
Rebel Joker looking really smooth. Okay, just a little bit. That's all right, though. That gives you a long straightaway, go up through that gear, and gives you a straight shot into that S-quarters. Turning is friction. Friction is loss of speed, as everybody knows.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, we did do a lap with Amor, but we do have a request out there for Amor.
Alright.
And Phoenix out here looks like he's doing a little scout for that DSR team. No offense, buddy, but can't give you that much airtime right now. K-Tatty, you don't get any airtime. No, K-Tatty, that's a bad K-Tatty.
Shout out to Mr. K-Tatty. I'm not sure if you recognize what paint scheme that he's running there. Mr. Puddin', you might be able to know, being a NASCAR fan yourself from back in the old days.
I'll have to go back and take a look at it real quick. Trying to flip through real quick and find Amor. There we go. We'll run on board with him, running that throwback paint scheme. See how he negotiates the track, and he's got some pressure behind him and traffic in front of him, so this will be a good opportunity. Grim Sanity, who's leading? Well, there's this guy called Noco trying out for a team. Noco's trying out for a team tonight, so he's leading the race. This is such a fun track, Again, I don't know if my new captain out there is watching or listening. Big shout out to Mr. Kogathen. From up here in the broadcast booth, though, since I'm not out on the track, though, I've got a couple recommendations. So, I'll keep my eye on a couple people, and I will send it over to you if you're watching, buddy, if you're interested. We've got a good parameter up here. Now, let's see how Amor does, because he has a seasoned veteran behind him in that pink car of that RKM guy. See how he does that. RKM nails that bus stop great.
Yeah, whenever you've got experienced people, like say, Noco, RKM, Tatty, you've got those guys behind you. No, I ain't gonna throw my name into that. But when you've got those experienced guys that I was talking about running literally dead on your bumper like that, a lot of times you will spend more time than you realize looking in the mirror trying to figure out what are they going to do, and it can throw you off of your game. And that's one thing they're looking for. You know, drivers that don't get nervous around others.
Best thing to do in certain situations, just shut that mirror off, and then if somebody's going to get you, just brace for impact, but race your race, not the racetrack, you know, not the racers. We talk about that all the time. Race that racetrack. Oh, there he goes, just a little bit, gets loose coming off of that. Some of these guys out there, too, the best thing to do, especially in video game racing, real life racing, a lot of these guys who have done any type, go-kart, motorcycle, stock car, any type of racing, you don't actually look where you're going, you look where you're exiting. You know, that's where you go, because that's where you'll point your vehicle, your bike, your car, your go-kart. You look where your exit point is, not what's directly in front of you. So that'll definitely help.
You and your wheelchair, right?
You know what? Me and my motorized cart do just fine at the grocery store. Thank you very much.
You're supposed to look, what, 4 cars ahead of you, I think?
Yeah, exactly. Yes. Yep. And that's where you'll end up pointing the vehicle. That is correct.
Oh, around goes the 24.
Yep, and more gets spun around right there. And I think we have covered a lap with everybody as I'm clicking through. We've been on with Johnny. We've been on with Dak Fu. No, have we been on with Dak Fu? No, we haven't.
Steelers?
Yeah, we did a lap with Steelers. Yep, I'm gonna stay on board with Dak Fu here, give him his lap. But we've been on board with Rebel, Phoenix, and Taddy. They're scouting. We did with Pat before he lagged out. Nuko obviously had a windshield full of that with Johnny Cash here.
Right?
Yeah, I think we're coming down.
Last lap. We've still got 16 to go.
16 to go.
Jeez, oh Pete.
So I think we'll have to see. Yeah, we've been on board with Cole Trickle. I do think we're gonna have to see some pit stops, though.
Yes, we will. We will have to pit here shortly.
NASCAR 88 FK. It's sorry, guys. I had to get back to my family. You know, family takes precedence, so we respect that. No harm, no foul there. We gave you a lap or two. You've been practicing with some people, so I know they're going to keep an eye out there and keep you in mind. So we definitely respect that, NASCAR. We respect that 100%. Ford Pro Bomber, we got him. Flash, as I'm again giving Dak through his lap. Just scrolling across the top, NASCAR, like I just said. So I think we got everybody. So again, if there's any captains out there in the chat watching, let me know who you want to see. But let's see how some of these guys do. We'll flip through and find some action now.
Yeah, it looks like we're definitely going to see some pit stops. RKM just came out of pit road, so I wonder if that's going to start a trend here.
Yeah, we're going to jump on board with him. He's fighting that Cole Trickle in that 18 car, and man, RKM just blitzes through that. Again, gets a little wide.
Oh, 22 around.
That chicane right there, where we're watching right now. If you hit that lip, it'll pull you up top, and it's so difficult to get back down. He did a very good job of maintaining that as the Cole Trickle car gets around him right there. Can he hunt him back down? You know what? Just because. Let's see how our own Boomer does for like 2 turns. Not a full lap, but 2 turns.
2 turns.
That's all you get.
I'm honored.
Don't mess up 2 turns.
Yeah, commentator curse, commentator curse, commentator curse.
No go. I think
I'll remember that Saturday, Mr. Puddin'. See, look at you.
He clips the wall.
Like I said, I'll remember that Saturday.
What, are you going to be in the booth?
I might have to do it just so I can do the commentator curse to you.
Oh, guys, again, we're trying to give everybody a chance here in development, but I do love doing the broadcast and commentating for the development races, seeing all these guys and seeing where they're going to end up and coming through and everything. But it's so much fun. It's a little bit more relaxed up here because we're trying to focus on them and not the racing. But other nights, it's all about that racing. Can he get around Justin? No. Mustang on Mustang crime. Looks like Keystone's really slow. Justin's starting to pull away.
No, he slowed down quite a bit there through that bus stop. I wasn't expecting him to slow down that much, so I had to lock it down.
All right, you got enough turns. You're getting enough turns.
All right.
That's all you got.
That's fine. I ain't asking for no spotlight.
That's enough turns. I said 2 and I gave you 6. You're done.
And Cole Trickle's starting again on Noco, and he's bringing it down pit road. There's kind of a little bit of strategy coming into play here.
Uh-oh.
My goodness, trying to click through again, trying not to give everybody a seizure, but my goodness. Oh, there's Noco right there. Well, it's only fair. We'll give him 1 turn. Good job. That's a great turn, Noco. I'll sign you tomorrow. Johnny Cash coming up through the S's. Looks like he's got a pink car in front of him. We know him as
he's
the.
in the grass. Jesus. No, goes. Yeah.
Fast Claire's also come down pit road.
Oh, look
They're
at
all
that! There,
down pit
yeah,
road.
there's Justin, there's Cole, Fast Claire, and it looks like
HMS.
HMS is. I'm trying to remember
Teddy.
numbers.
I think Teddy stayed out. All the cool kids are pitting, and all the other kids are.
That's where the party is at right now. It was on pit lane. No more Keystone. You get enough. We'll go back to Bomber right
Keystone
here.
Pit.
Not yet. I'm pitting this lap.
See, told you, cool kids are already down there.
Gnarly, what's up, buddy? Great to have you out there. He says, come on, Bomber 5 and Dak Fu. Yeah. We're on board with Bomber right now as we speak. He's got a little bit of pressure right there. Let's see how it pans out for him. Love that throwback paint scheme with that Maxwell House car.
Yep. Keystone making his way down pit road.
That is true. Money Mike says, no, the party is where I'm at with these cold Bush beers. And, no, it was an honor. It was an honor and a pleasure to meet old Money Mike the other night, last week. Came, got off the boat, drove to New Orleans, drove 4 hours back up here, hung out, crew chief for me at Canadian Motorsports Park, and yeah, there might have been some adult beverages consumed that night. We played a little bit of golf, we did a little bit of everything, and hung out. So I got
Golf?
yeah,
Yeah,
golf.
we play golf.
Yeah, what's wrong with golf?
It's a fun game.
Real
Especially
golf or on the
Especially
beach?
at
Oh no
4
no
o'clock.
no! A video game. Golf.
Especially at 4 o'clock on a Sunday morning.
Okay.
Oh, trying to figure out who that was right there. Two cars get a little loose. Oh, that was
Racing Empire
yeah.
and the 71 of Paul Bear.
Yeah, I think
Ain't
one
that
of.
right, Puddin'?
Oh yeah, late night golf. You can't get any better laps than that.
No. How you doing, Robbie? Hope you're watching.
He's watching?
I said I hope he's watching.
Yeah. Speaking of Robbie, that's one of the things I was going to talk about earlier. Whenever we were talking about having some of these, captains, experienced guys out here.
Racing
but
Empire
also
gets
these
loose
development
coming
guys.
up that corner. Paul Bear does an evasive maneuver, gets around him. I love that paint scheme on Racing Empire too. Make that 72 in orange go. Back on the rubber.
Yeah, but one thing that Robbie had mentioned was like, hey, we don't want you guys to just let us go and get real shy around us, race us. I mean, obviously, race clean, but race them and race them hard. It's really the only way to show what you got.
Yeah.
And that's one of the things I've been trying to do. I ain't been trying to like completely bulldog people or anything like that.
You mean
put 'em
dirt
in a
dog them
bad
because that's who we just jumped on board with.
Dude, you're
Well, like I
Keystone,
said-
you fucking block everybody.
No, I don't. Just Trout. How you doing, Trout? Hope you're feeling
Just
better, man.
Woodruff.
It's been way too long since we've heard from you, man. Let us know how you doing, brother. We
Still
miss
thinking
you.
about
Hope
you,
you're getting
yeah.
better.
He's got a lot of recovery, man, and we're like you said, we're right there with you. Way to go. Good shout out, Keystone. Ed,
Yeah,
though,
that's the
we're
only
still
person
thinking
I've
of you,
really
buddy.
blocked.
Little man, let's not forget about him. Keep all these guys in your thoughts and prayers.
Yes.
They're part of the Giggity family.
Noko, I think we got something come up for him this weekend, don't we?
Yeah,
Charity race.
we're going to try to help Noko out.
Yeah, amidst this outbreak, this pandemic going on, he's been put in a tough spot, so hopefully we can help make it a little bit easier on him and his family and friends.
Yeah, if that race went on a Saturday, I'd love to try and make it and be a part of that. I was fortunate enough to be part of the charity race for Little Man and really enjoyed being part of that.
Richmond?
At Richmond, yeah. I was
Little
first
track
with
for a
about
little
5 laps
man.
left and got ran down by, was it Bad Fast or somebody? I forget the name, but had to
Bad
take
for
home
you
second
racing?
that night.
Bad for you.
Was it bad for you? Yeah, I was in first, I had it, but he had other plans, so.
And thank
I'll
you,
take second.
Woodruff. Thank you, Woodruff, because you help correlate a lot of that stuff. So the time and effort you put into Giggity Racing, man, we really do appreciate all your help out there to our family. Giggity is a family. We all live in one big house. Each team lives in a big room. So when it comes to dining time, we get frustrated at each other at times. But at the end of the day, we are one big family.
Right, yeah. I mean, everybody helps each other out. That's how it is.
And they're Steelers. bringing that Z01 Camaro down pit lane.
I think what Ethro said. I think Ethro said he's got another donor, don't he?
Yes,
Yeah.
he is
Was
going
that
to get
tonight?
tested to make sure that he is the actual match that it will actually take. So, hopes and thoughts and prayers go out to that. Hope nothing but the best news for that.
Oh, well, it's so hard to be in a booth at Watkins Glen. I'm not going to lie to you guys.
Oh, I imagine.
Could have went out there.
And Money Mike just said we might have to pull the, we might have to push the roll call to next weekend. The roll call wasn't exactly what he wanted. Money Mike was definitely helping. I think Fast Clear just lagged through the bus stop real quick. No offense to take that away from him.
Hit the wall, didn't he? Somebody hit the wall.
Yeah, Malbear just said, we might be in self-isolation, but kindness isn't, and that is a very well way of putting that. That is very true. You see news people out there all the time doing reports of people collecting food or masks or helping anybody else out there. Because this hit the whole world, not just one state or one country. This hit the whole world in a short period of time.
Yep. I got laid off today. I mean,
And that's
it all
unfortunate.
works out.
I'm sorry to hear that, buddy.
Yeah, North Carolina is the latest state to be put on shutdown, mandatory stay at home. So, my mother is a paramedic, so she don't get to stay at home. So, Mama, if somehow you do end up finding my broadcast, even though I've never told you I had one, love you.
How's she gonna find it? At least he gives a shout out to his mom. Respect. Respect.
Is it the language
Oh yeah,
usually?
well, yeah. There's a few words that I say that she don't really care for, but shout out to her. She's been a paramedic for 20 years now. She's got a very important job. Her and little man both do the same thing. So he's talked to me about some of the stuff, as a paramedic that not many people understand. It's a rough job. It is a lot of emotion and stress going on there. So shout out to all of our first responders.
For sure. Cops, first responders, all the doctors,
Truck drivers, people having to work retail.
Mm-hmm.
the nurses, fucking Bud knows that for sure, the nurses.
Yeah, like I said, my wife volunteered to work the corona floor at the hospital she's at. And she's got a heart of gold. She tried to glue a wing back onto a bumblebee to help anybody else out there.
Right. Bumblebees will kill me.
He said leave the wing
Yeah.
off.
Alright, so with that being said, next time we race, if I just put a bunch of bumblebees on the track in front of you, does that mean you have to stop?
Probably.
Alright, duly noted.
Let's see how Johnny Cash can negotiate Cole Trickle here right there. Cole is just a little bit high. Johnny's got a little bit of a run on him. Chevy Toyota crime happening. Johnny brings it up
Yeah.
wide. Good run on Cole right there. Hits that apron or that rumble strip perfect. That's one of those ones where you can't overshoot it, but if you hit that right, it'll just straighten you out.
Yeah, these two guys have been racing pretty hard here for the past few laps. I think Cole got in the wall and spun himself, but he's got it straightened back out. And him and Johnny, I think this is for second, have been racing each other pretty hard. It's been fun to watch.
Looks like I just saw a pink car on pit lane. We know who that is. That's the RKM guy. One more pit stop for him, maybe. A little strategy. 3 times tire where you can't get more than, 6 laps, maybe, on fuel?
It's a little bit more than that. Whenever I made my pit stop, I was 2 laps short. And I literally waited till that thing was on 1 to go, so we might see.
Let's see what strategy plays. If anybody can pull it out, captains, look at let's see who ends up where, and if they had to pit that extra time, but maybe some captains to look at these guys' strategies too.
Yeah, might see
Who
some.
knows how to count? Let's go.
Yeah, might see some gas and go here because we got some guys that are 1 or 2 laps short. They might
Now,
try to trust the tires they got. And
I don't know what slider you're on, Keystone. Sorry, Matt, but how's your left front looking tire-wise?
I'm about halfway through a
crossover.
run, and my left front is sitting at 56, while the rest of them are in 70s and 80s. So you were
With-
right, that left front does wear a little bit more.
And how many
I
laps
think
left?
I'm coming up, I think, on 5 or 6 to go. I will tell you. as soon
Even
as
on
I
3
cross.
times tire wear, I think you might be right there, Coach. Well, we just see some petrels and get out of town. Maybe one can, just enough to get 2 laps.
We are
Try-
5 laps to go.
5 laps to go. You got enough on your left front, so yeah, splash and goes for these guys. Might have to be into effect. We're riding on board for that 21 of Fledge. We'll give you another lap. This has been a great broadcast, great friends up here, great development. Again, we've been trying to give everybody as much airtime and screen time as we can because the deadline is coming up, Woodruff. You know that more than anybody. You've been here long, too. Same thing with Keystone. This will be my first full season driving. I've been commentating for a while. My first full season driving. Same thing with Coach Matt. So you guys know it better than everybody. When that All-Star break comes up, I do believe you're allowed to advance your driver on your team to different leagues. But you can't. The trade deadline and the pickup deadline is cut. So
also not just in the developmental series, but for everybody else who's already in and have been, as assigned to a team. Watch out! We could see some, potential trades as we wind down, getting close to our halfway point in the season. Captain might try to get somebody that's a little bit closer up in points, try to make a run.
Yeah, and I understand the reason why, Robbie. I told everybody I wanted to do it right, do my first full season in trucks and move up. I know what his reasoning was. Not necessarily in the hunt for a championship because I missed 5 or 6 in a preset Xfinity, but I'd still like to try to get a top 15. So, but these guys too probably saying, hey, you may not be able to, get a top 10 in points or something. But who's to say they won't move them up for the experience for the rest of the season for next year? So let's see how everything pans out for that too. These captains have strategies. We know NoCo does. We know Robbie did. RJ, Kate Taddy of all people. We got Trey and Littleman out there. RJ Smitty, Millsy and the Canucks. All if I missed anybody, I'm sorry. Trying to think off the top of my head, but strategy can come into play. I'm trying, guys. I'm trying.
Yeah, take a breath and then do it again.
He said, "Do it again." Thanks, Woodruff. Thanks, buddy.
Yeah, we could definitely see some things shake up these next couple weeks for sure. I know in terms of trades, I was involved in one like 2 days ago. So yeah, you see,
you were.
And I think Fast Clear just hit pit road with 3 to go.
Well, yeah.
One got a penalty. No goes down. Sitting there waiting. There it goes.
Yeah,
Teddy's gonna pass him.
Those guys love racing each other. They get frustrated with each other sometimes, but they always love to race each other and push each other hard.
Oh yeah, they put on a heck of a show when they're running neck and neck with each other.
We'll do another lap with my man over here, Paul Bears. We're clicking through, trying to catch his buddy, the old dirty dog. And here comes the HMS 89 on the outside of him. How are they going to handle this? This will be a good shot for the captains. Who's going to get? Oh, Dirt Dog. Dirt Dog, you hit the brakes too early, so he gets a little bit airier. I'm not being mean to my old buddy. And look, that just hit Paul around. No fair to Paul. Dirt Dog, you're fine. You're muted. I'm muting it for 24 hours.
He gone.
88 of rub on him. He gets a little loose. Here comes NoCo, notorious NoCo. You know what, NoCo? If you can hear this, buddy, just for the development race, you should have went back to Orange since it wasn't a points-paying event. He said he wouldn't race Orange again, but just for development, you should have done that just for me. But we, I call it the notorious NoCo black car. Rub on him. Oh, he overshoots that just a little bit. You got to hit that chicane just perfect. You got to hit that bus stop just right. Otherwise, it throws your exit off. Yeah.
Teddy is with him.
There's the old Dirt Dog, the man, the myth, right there. What's up, little man? He says, "Hey, fellas, glad you could join us. We only got a couple laps left."
What's up, Bobby?
I know you got your eyes on one of your drivers. I think ink will be put on the paper for him come Monday night. Again, not going to say anything to anybody right about that, but I think one of them might have to be. But we're trying to give everybody a good lap out there. Go back and watch the broadcast, little man. Everybody got a good lap. Try to be fair to everybody and give them as much potential, because we don't want to keep talking about it, but that deadline, that trade deadline is the real deal, y'all.
2 weeks, right?
2 weeks.
Yep.
And then we go into All-Star Week. And All-Star Week is always a blast. That's how I actually started driving.
Yes,
That's how I started driving. It was last year. Kate Taddy and Robbie NoCo himself. They're like, "Come on, come and drive." And I'm like, "No, I'm good." So I got a message from Kate Taddy. I was voluntold. He was like, "You're jumping in one of my cars tonight for one of the All-Star qualifiers." He just voluntold me. He's like, "Get in and drive." But if it wasn't for that, though, I wouldn't have got the phone call from DSR to race with them, and then everything happened there to go over to this season with Shin Motorsports, now called Cola.
Coca-Cola?
No, just Coke. Just Coke. Coke FN, Cola Racing. Coke for Noco, as Taddy likes to say.
Coke for Noca. Right.
Yep, that's what he says.
As Noco takes the checkered flag.
Oh, you won?
Johnny Cash is going to finish second. Dak Fu is going to finish third.
We're gonna finish this lap out on board with Fast Claire. Looks like he's got a little battle going on with the 51 car. This will be the last opportunity. Like I said, I don't want to click through, but we'll leave it. Like I said, I've been with this many cars. We try to give as much attention to everybody and be as fair as we possibly could. Good job by Fast Claire to get on the brakes. He hits that Armco and he gets shot wide. He hits the 51. No, the 51 did not go through the middle and get a penalty. I've had that happen where somebody punted me through there. I think I did that to you once with an accident.
Probably. Once?
Maybe once, twice at the most. Again, everybody, he says I need custom Xfinity and I'll be full. So that's who he's looking for. Anybody out there, he's looking for a custom guy.
Alright, our top 10 is Noco, Johnny Cash, Dak Food, myself, Justin Shackett, Cole Trickle, Ford Pro Bomber, Phoenix HMS, and BTG Rebel. We've got Fast Claire coming in 11th. Fletch is going to finish 12th, and then from there down, they're 1 to 2 laps down, so it's hard to tell.
Alright, well, congratulations to our top 10. No offense to Noco, but he's always in the booth too. Somebody's got I've got the chat party, don't I?
You sure do. So should I just tell you the top 3 guys that aren't captain or aren't already signed?
Yeah, that is Johnny Cash, Dak for you, and Cole Trickle is the top.
Yep. Yeah.
Well, if anybody could do me a favor, send them an invite real quick, and then I'll have to blue screen to accept that. But normally we do one person with broadcast, one person with a chat party. That way we don't have to do that. But let's get there up there.
For you.
Yep, I do appreciate it. So bear with us. Congratulations to everybody. I hope we put on a good show because these guys definitely did. Love being up here. Coach, you're more than welcome to come back up here. Wood up whenever you want, I guess.
I'll see how it is. Leave me out. All right, I got it. I got you.
You're too good for me. You're too good for me now.
Let's see here. I will suggest a trickle here.
Yeah, let me know when they're all 3 so I can only do it at one time. I saw 1.
Yeah, I got Johnny Cash and then Dak Fu, and then you're getting Cole Trickle there, Keystone?
Yep. Yep, I just suggested Cole Trickle.
So yeah, my first time in the booth. I tried not to talk too much. Hopefully I didn't.
No, you did a great job. The more the merrier. So give me 1 second. I would love to go to Gateway, but let me blue screen for 1 second and invite these guys up here. Bye to his broadcast. Let us finish ours real quick. Yeah, the old cowboy himself. Sometimes the old cowboy isn't allowed to be an in-race reporter for us unless he's not allowed because of
hey.
because of language reasons, frustration
Alpha
reasons.
Mike Foxtrot.
Did you say Fox?
Foxtrot.
Oh, okay.
Never mind, you're not military, you wouldn't understand.
There's one of them, Mr. Dak Boo. How are you, buddy?
Good. How are you?
Good
Is
race tonight, man. Yeah, make sure you're on always allow.
Let me check. I'm pretty confident I am, but I'll check again.
It's not a pop skin top.
Puddin', I just got your message, by the way.
There's Cole Trickle. It's a beautiful dog, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
All right, Dak Boo, are you
Mr.
good?
Cole Trickle, is your voice
Yeah,
setting
man.
set to always allow?
Beautiful.
Is your settings set to always allow so we can hear your voice on the broadcast?
Yeah, just go to party settings and she'll be able to get that on there.
While you do that, Mr. Dapu, good racing tonight. We were trying to give everybody as much airtime as we possibly could. You were looking real good. How confident do you feel that somebody was looking at you? Your opinions on Watkins Glen as a whole, and especially doing it in a cup car. 3 questions in 1. Have at her. Go.
Man, I hope somebody was watching. No, it was just one of those races that you have to be consistent and try to keep your nose clean. And that's what I tried doing, and it seemed to pay off well.
You got to hit your marks every time, right?
Yes, sir.
Well, congratulations. You did really good tonight, and I'll let these guys ask you a couple questions.
Consistency? Is that what you've seen?
Yes, consistency. If you ain't consistent, dude, you'll fall back quick, and there's a lot of good people out there, so you just had to
Yep.
keep clean.
Yeah, this is Keystone Cowboy. I was out there running with y'all as an in-race reporter. I was actually near you a few times, man, and you put on a show out there, man. Congratulations.
Thank you.
We had a couple of side-by-side battles going, through the S's and through the bus stop, and I will say I was impressed with what I seen. There wasn't a lot of beating and banging, moving out of the way and stuff like that. And, that's some of the stuff that we're looking for. Obviously, you finished third, so you had, a good mindset of what what you wanted your car to do and how to do it. So, yeah, man, mad props.
Thanks, man.
Yeah. Good job.
I appreciate it.
And Dagfu, I was in the same spot you were, man, just a few weeks ago, and I was asking, Puddin and Keystone the same questions. You're like, how'd you do? Well, hopefully somebody was looking, you know what I mean? But I assure you, somebody out there had their eye on you, and it won't take long for you're somewhere, man. But good stuff, good stuff.
Thank you.
And if there was a series that you could go to, again, you are appointed by your captain, so you don't necessarily get a choice. But what series would you like to try to run so some of these guys out there can listen?
Man, it doesn't matter. Preferably Cup, Truck, Xfinity, but just like sliders. I don't do setups. I just show around with the sliders.
All right, that's good to know. And good run tonight. Congratulations. And I'm sure your name will be brought up in conversation. Mr. Cole Trickle. All right, Cole Trickle. He says his settings won't change over for him. We'll give him a couple more seconds here to try. Johnny Cash, we sent you an invite, buddy. You're sending messages, so hopefully you can listen if you're still watching out there. But Noko wants an invite. Can we request Noko?
Noko.
Oh, I guess we'll have to get the race winner up here. Yeah, who? No, Noko. I just saw it as I literally went to. Be a good husband. Change my wife's new scrubs over to the dryer to surprise her. I'll inform everybody about that later. But yeah, I just saw it as I went back. So if somebody could suggest the notorious Noko, please. I think he might. I think if he does this, I think the only reason why he wants to come up here is because I think he might have an announcement.
Yeah, that'd be some big stuff.
Do we have to?
I mean, yeah. I think he's going to sign himself.
Think
Alright, there he is. Let's get him up here. And we know he's on Always Allow. It was an honor to have him in the booth last night. Johnny Cash, again, if you got your ears on, you do have an invite. Alright, Mr. Noko. I saw you working with some people earlier, not going to mention anything. That's what we do here in Giggity. That means you want to help. You're a keen captain helping these guys out. So thank you for your time out of your day to help these people out. And if you're coming up here, we all just took a bet. We think you have an announcement. Go ahead, sir.
Yeah, I just wanted to say that.
It lagged out.
These guys. Did I lag out?
No.
Straight lagged out.
No, I just want to say that I saw a lot of patience out on the track and some really tight racing there. I know it's going to be a tough track with that many cars, and I'm just really proud of all the developmental guys who did pretty good. And we should be hearing some announcements shortly.
And just to let you know, we tried to give everybody a lap plus more, Noko, because it's kind of hard to scout when you're leading the race, buddy. Just saying. But you go back and watch the broadcast and everything. We tried to give everybody plenty of time because we talked about it numerous times that the deadline's coming up. So we tried to give everybody a lot of airtime. So if you got some time out of your day,
except for you, I think Puddin gave you 2 corners and that was it.
Yeah, you got 2 corners. That was it. That's all you got.
Yeah,
so. But no, so go back and hopefully that'll help you out. And again, knowing who you are and how methodical you think, I'm sure you got a game plan in your mind.
Yeah, we've got that deadline coming up, so we're definitely keeping an eye on some of these guys here. And I know a lot of them have been really faithful and loyal to the developmental series, and that's what we like to see. Because there's actually a lot of really good racing out here. I mean, it's unfortunate for, I think it's Patton, he accidentally, I think he lagged out there and lost connection, so it's unfortunate for him. I want to see what he could do as well. But had a good couple of hours with practicing with a lot of these drivers, so I definitely got a feel for what a lot of them have to offer. And anybody, just because, you might not have the speed, doesn't mean that, you don't have the racing etiquette. And that's something that's really big. It's not just speed, it's racing etiquette.
Exactly. We've talked about that a lot. It's not where you finish, it's how you finish and how you got to that position. Hey, really, do me a favor real quick. Suggest me one more person since Johnny keeps messaging, but I don't know if he's going to join. Invite the one and only Tom Horton and Mr. Dirt Dog. I want his opinion on so. But no, again, Noko, like I said, I'm not giving away names or anything. Just for you to take time out of your day to do stuff like that, that's awesome. And I know that there's a there's a lot coming up. And then now, as a captain, let's get everybody strictly correct. After the deadline, there is no more trade and there is no more accepting. Then we're going to go to the point system for the development guys, so the captains can look at that at the end of the year. But people on teams can advance series or come down in series. Is that correct?
Yeah, that is correct. After the trade deadline, there's going to be no more trading of any kind, and anybody that's added to the developmental chat after the deadline is going to stay in there and run for points until the end of the season.
Awesome. I'm going to blue screen for 1 split second. Johnny Cash, if you got your ears on, buddy, this is the last opportunity. Going once, going twice, sold to the lady in the second row, buddy. Johnny Cash, the driver.
Oh.
I know that, but you were kind of, quoting John Michael Montgomery there, That's kind of
I'm well aware. I'm well aware.
Hey, do we know if Cole's got his...
You should say this long black train, is headed back to Folsom or something, that, you needed to hurry up.
All right, well, the train's heading for Folsom, Johnny. You better get your butt up here.
So, Cole, you said you did get your settings to where you're always alive? All right, awesome. Nice. So Cole's ready to go.
Dang.
All right, Mr. Cole Trickle. What was your thoughts on tonight, man?
24.
Why were you driving an 18, Cole Trickle?
Yeah, we were expecting the 24 City
24.
Chevrolet throwback, man.
Right.
It was.
See?
Oh, that's an X in my book.
Yep. Hey, you know what? I think Little Man's a Kyle Busch fan, so that might be that might be a way to connect right there.
I'm sorry, I just got vomit right there.
And we got somebody out there too. His name is Ad Sin. I'm only going to assume that's Mr. Cinderello 95. He says, "What a great league, fun and great drivers." Hello, Mr. Puddin. What up there, Cinderello 95? Can't wait to get you up here in the booth and talk to you also, buddy.
Cinderella?
Cinderella. Are you dressed in yellow?
Ciarulo. I think it's Ciarulo or something. But yeah, Cole, man, you were up there towards the front quite a bit. I know you were battling with Johnny Cash there for second for a while, and you're up there trying to keep up with Noko. But I mean, I was on you quite a bit, and I was watching you. So what are your thoughts, and just in terms of just the race as a whole? Yeah, that's where strategy definitely came into play there. Just because, I mean, how many laps could you get to a tank? Was it like 5 or 6? Or I wasn't really sure.
Are you on always allow, Cole? Because there's people saying they can't hear. You got to change your voice settings in your chat party to always allow, please. Give us 1 second. Again, we forgot to. Oh, he said he thought he changed it. Yeah.
Well, they're paging Johnny Cash, I can tell you that. I've seen about 17 messages saying, Johnny Cash to booth, Johnny Cash to booth.
Yeah.
Okay, hopefully that fixed it.
All right. Try it one more time. Go test, test, test. Gnarly, can you hear him?
He's got to say something first, buddy.
Can anybody hear me out there?
Anybody hear me out there?
Mic check.
Check, check.
Test, test.
Sit 95 said, stop calling me that, Puddin'. It's like they announce it. It's Ryan Cinderello. Johnny Cash, you have an invite to the party. You have... You're killing me, Smalls. You're killing me.
Well, I'll let y'all finish this up.
Cole, can you... If everybody can hear Cole, let's get his opinion. Let's try that again.
Alright, so are we supposed to ask him a question again, or are he just going to go based on what we said earlier?
Yeah, ask him a question again. We'll do it like that.
Alright, so, anyways, Cole, I was on you quite a bit. I saw you battling with Cash there for second for a while, and you said you were short on fuel, which is why you didn't get a chance to finish right around where you were running all day, but I know you're running strong, you're running clean. So, now that everybody can hear you, if you want to go ahead and just give your thoughts on the race as a whole and your experience out there running around some of those guys.
Yeah, it was a good race, especially with Cash. It was fun.
Man, a few words.
Just fun, right?
I mean, it's Watkins Glen. It's Watkins Glen. How can you not have fun out there? You got the race with some of the top-notch here in Giggity. Some of the elite level caliber drivers out there. Potentially possible teammates, even competitors earlier. I mean, other than not driving the 24 car. We need to send an invite to Tom Horton, which is Dirt Dog, and Johnny Cash one more time, please. But go ahead, Cole. I'm telling you, buddy. Go ahead. Have at her. All right. Well, we're going to give this about 35, 45 more seconds. We're going to try to get Johnny Cash, our second place finish, behind Mr. NoCo. Trying to get the old Dirt Dog himself up here, get his opinion on this. Dirt Dog is such a great ambassador for Giggity Racing. He has gotten so many people into development that have gotten picked up. He's tried himself. He doesn't feel good all the time. But it's great to see him feeling well enough to come out here and race with us like Woodruff. Coach Matt, great to have you guys up here. But like I said, that long black train is still not leaving, Johnny. You got to hurry up. Same thing with you, Dirt Dog.
Uh-oh. Long black train.
Did you guys send
Folsom
a
train.
again?
Yeah, I think he sent it out there. Yeah, the train of Folsom. I'm getting confused now because of Keystone too, but... There he is. Turn that broadcast down in your background, and are you on always allow, sir?
How's that?
Are you on always allow?
I think so. I don't know. Am I showing up? I was tracking my broadcast, but somebody told me to turn it down.
Yeah. Well, we'll find out in just a second. First and foremost, Dirt Dog, great run tonight. I've been knowing you for a while now, and thank you. I talk about how you find drivers, you help recruit them to development. A lot of them got picked up. I know you're looking at getting signed too. First and foremost, I'm glad you're feeling a lot better because I know you got stuff going on. So I'm glad to hear that. But what was your opinion on tonight's race, man? Do you like Watkins Glen?
I do like Watkins Glen, but my pitch strategy was a little off, and once again, I had that boat anchor attached to my truck at the beginning, or a car, whatever I was driving. I don't remember. I'm old. I think I'm the oldest guy in the league, actually.
I don't know. It's between you and RKM.
Yeah.
You both are old.
Yeah, we're very old.
Well, thanks a lot, buddy.
And I'm big and I'm fat, and I'm so fat, actually, I have children that orbit around me. So, but not lately because we're all on quarantine. So.
Wow.
All right. Okay,
They
guys.
orbit around you. Hey, wait. They orbit around you like Uranus.
No, not like that. I just have a large gravity field, that's all. Oh my god, you guys are too much. I have so much fun in this league, I really do. Hey, there's Johnny Cash! Johnny Cash! God, Sunday morning. Yeah, he just joined in.
There he is. Johnny Cash, first and foremost, to please set your chat settings to always allow. Can you do that for us and confirm that?
Ring of Fire?
Where do I go to here?
Go to party settings.
Killing me, Smalls.
And then you're going to go down to...
It's always on. Yeah, it's on.
All right, I'm going to jump off here, guys, and I'm going to watch, and I'm going to listen to Johnny. Johnny and I have a lot of fun. See you later. Bye.
Good luck, buddy.
Sorry, I didn't find it. I got confused.
Don't worry about it. It happens to all of us. But congratulations, you finished second at Watkins Glen. You finished second tonight at Watkins Glen among some great drivers and behind one of NASCAR's Gaiety Racing's elite drivers. How does that make you feel?
Good. I feel like I have a great car tonight.
And, you know, from when I first started seeing you race to now, you've made leaps and bounds, and congratulations on that.
Yeah, usually road course is not my favorite, but I tried it. I did some practicing earlier today.
Yeah, road courses aren't that hard. It's just, you know, finding that braking point and getting to rotate the car and everything, and your shift points are too. But congratulations, man. You got 2 weeks left before the draft is over, and then we're going to go to development points. Are you hoping that there's some eyes out there on you from a team?
Hopefully, yeah.
You're a man of few words too, aren't you, Johnny?
Yeah.
Well, with that said, thank you for finally getting up here like we talked to you. You were saying that the train for Folsom was leading if you couldn't get up here. So on that note, great to have you up here. Great finish tonight. And thank you to Woodruff, Coach Matt, Keystone. Congratulations to Sunoco and Taddy and everybody else out there. I hope you guys saw what you wanted to see. We tried to give everybody as much viewership as possible. We're going to do it again next week. Tonight, from the Go Development at the Glen, myself, Woodruff, Coach Matt, Keystone, and everybody out there, we're going to say, y'all be safe and bye!
Bye!
Bye!